This is just part of the screening process in this machine. Alright, morning everybody. How's everybody in the YouTube world today? So, as y'all can kind of hear my voice, it's not just right, but I have not a long story, but you know me, I always got a story to tell, so y'all hang tight, we'll tell you a story. We took off from Memphis. We ate at a Chili's, and we got appetizers only. PJ and I got appetizers only. We got some egg rolls, which is probably a no-no, and some fried cheese. And y'all, let's see, we got here, yesterday's video, we got here in the night about 8:30, but then about 2 o'clock that morning, I woke up, which was yesterday, and had the worst food poisoning. I mean, it was as bad as anything I've ever experienced. And so I was in the bed all day yesterday. Didn't get to go to the Con-Expo, but I'm out and up and about today. All right, I'm headed to catch an Uber. Got a little coffee. Finally found a place. Got PJ and I a coffee. He'll be down in a minute. I'm gonna get outside out here away from all that smoke and this and that. And I'm gonna sit here and drink me a little coffee, kind of get my feet under me, and then we'll be headed towards the show and we'll see some fun stuff. What did he say? He said, we're gonna fountain blue right here. What is that, Superior? That's not it. There's my stump puller. There's a big bucket. Like ginormous bucket. Gotta find out what those are for. What is this thing, PJ? Concrete eater upper? Alright, so we're gonna be a SMI dealer, Screen Machine Industries. So in a minute we have a meeting with them. We're about to learn about all these different screen machines.
We also did make a U.S. premiere of a brand new
obviously, this screen machine here might be a little bit tougher sell, but some of the compacts, no doubt, we can sell them to little small municipalities. They actually mentioned a golf course when they sift their sand. So really excited about these SMI screen machines.
funny when they kind of put me in charge of this project back in 19. I was responsible myself.
Caterpillar engine, 74 horsepower, no def.
Just every booth you go to has got it.
Independently. That's the main conveyor, magnet, crusher. You turn your feeder on, and then this is faster and slower for your feeder. If you don't want to do that, they actually made it easier for you. So when you start this, you just turn it on, let the machine warm up for about 5 minutes. If you push this green button, you gotta push it and hold it for a couple seconds. The RPMs will go up and it'll turn everything on sequentially the way it needs to come on. So it's just a one button, turns everything on. Down when it's used. So if there is a problem, you can actually come over here and work it by hand. And if it works, then you know it's on the electrical side. If it doesn't work, then you know it's on the hydraulic side. So it kind of helps tell where the problem may lie.
Good morning, everybody.
Set up. This one's equipped with a 2-inch top deck and a 1-inch bottom deck. So on this one, you're going to get 2-inch and over coming off this end. You're going to get 1-inch to 2-inch coming off the side, and then you're going to get 1-inch minus coming off that conveyor on the back. So there's a conveyor under the screen box, runs back uphill and dumps back there.
So does this get extended, Tim, or this is it?
That's it. Now, that's why you would pair your 30-foot conveyor with it. You just set it there and then stack your fines on. But that there is a directional valve. Go ahead and mark it. So if you want to run that conveyor, you can run it in either direction.
Okay. So would there not be an advantage to having an extension on something like that so you don't have to be moving the fines all the time?
There would be, but as far as a compact unit, you're kind of limited to what you can do. But that's why we have that 30-foot stacker available, and you can power it off that in series. And now, see the main premise behind tracked equipment is you can windrow with it. So the idea is when your stockpiles build up to the conveyor, you simply back it up.
Okay.
And then you just make three big piles.
I got you. So you're going that way, or you're bringing it this way. That's coming. So you just keep.
Yeah, you just keep backing in the machine.
So you're backing both of them up.
Makes sense.
Now this machine you can use standalone as just a screener, feed it with an excavator or a small skid steer, or you can use it in tandem with the crusher like it's set up now. Screens, if you look, they just got a hook on the front end, and then Mark will show you how they tension on the back. So you just hook here. They're real simple to change out.
Yeah, so if you got customers wanting to change out screens, I mean, as far as what would this one accept?
You can generally get down to a quarter inch. Anything finer than that, it's got to be real fine material. Or what's going to happen is, the term is blinding over. So it means those holes are all going to plug up.
Plug up, yeah.
So one thing that you need to know as far as application goes, if you're doing an aggregate application, typically you would use what's called a wire mesh, which is what these are. If you're doing soils or compost, that sort of thing, you would change out the bottom deck screen for what's called a harp wire. And that's looks like a piano or looks like a harp. Right. And the thing is, there's no cross members in it like this, so you don't have that problem of it plugging up. And yes, they flex. Yeah.
This way, right?
Just like that. Right. Yes. If you look on our literature, it should be a picture of it in the folder.
So go ahead and start it. You'll turn this to here. Your glow plug light will light up when it's blue. When it goes out, you'll start it. Let it warm up for about 5 minutes. And then you'll hit the throttle all the way up. You'll hit the green button. That turns everything on. The red button turns everything off. One push button. Pretty simple. Everything runs in series. Everything comes on.
So compacts don't have the GPS. I'm just looking at that.
This thing's a freaking
Typically,
beast.
we're trying to get from a little lower level instead of going into too much detail on it. It's more about
So crusher to screener.
Scott, he's just like Mark. He's gonna be very thorough.
So we'll just do a dumb down version. Basically, have you guys, let me just get your background.
He's got the most experience.
You've got some experience in crushing and screening. The base model, all of our 4043Ts are standard. They're gonna have the capability to add a recirc unit to it on the current model. Okay. It's just like a skid steer attachment or something. It's plumbed for it. It's electrically all there. Valving, all that stuff's there.
How much is that option? Top of your head.
What's the option for the recirc unit?
Oh, just standalone. That's like about 117, something like that. He asked like if he bought just a recirc. That is a good question because used to you had to buy a special machine to get the recirc. But what we tried to do was build a common frame where you could buy it with. Some people buy this and then buy the recirc later. We try to get them to buy it all at one time. Smaller or larger crusher, but typically this is the best LME. We look at EDA in any given city or state. There's 3 machines that stick out. This, that, and a jaw crusher. So that's why we really focus on these 2 machines. We sell more of these than any, and that's what most markets want.
So all these machines are going to have the magnetic belt. It's an MSI magnet.
That's what that is.
Yeah, we use the stainless steel cladding. It helps protect the belt. It's got little browsers on it that help get that the metal ejected out the side. Underneath of the belt along that area is going to be an impact bed to keep rebar, stuff like that, from punching through the belt. Okay. On top of the machine, up at the end of the conveyor on that main conveyor, we have a Martin belt wipe. It's spring-loaded urethane wiper. On the front of the fines belt, which is going to be off the recirc unit, there's a Martin belt wipe there as well. You'll have a spray bar for dust control at the end of each conveyor. You can modify how much water you're spraying on your material if you don't want to make it too wet. Most places like to use the dust suppression. Other places don't want any moisture in it.
Yeah. So how does this physics-wise, if this is taking the rebar, whatever the steel is, and that's turning, does it let it loose or the speed of it?
So there is a magnet, a permanent magnet in the center of this belt, and it pulls it up.
Yeah.
There's no magnet at this end, so as this belt is spinning, it
loses its power right here.
It dumps out.
You look, you have just a tray here, and it'll fall right in that tray. Or dumpster, mini dumpster.
This chute is actually stainless steel.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
they get beat up pretty bad.
Wow, stainless steel.
Yeah, they get beat up pretty bad.
Detach in about 20 minutes if you're experienced, 40 minutes if you're not. No tools required.
To drop the screen box.
Yeah. It's all quick connects and just pins. Okay. Basically, you just drive up to it. While it's on the ground, you can drive up to it. You hook your tubes up, hook your lines up, and it'll suck that screen box right up to the machine. Sort of a design of like a hybrid 3-point hit. We use a touch screen or soft button on this. It's got a lot of features on here. I won't go too in depth with all that right now. It does have level sensors and everything in it. That way the customer sort of has an idea if they're running the machine level or not. If it's more than 3 degrees out of level, it's going to yell at you. It's not going to make it where it won't run.
Yeah.
But it is going to log an event that the customer acknowledged it was more than 3 degrees out of level when they ran it out.
It's 373 horsepower, he said. Dude, look at this. So this is Matt. Matt works with me. Matt lives in Tennessee. He's got Nashville. So tell me about the motor. What you know or not. Dude, look, it even comes with Coca-Colas and water and Powerade.
That's it. That's it. It looks like it's got a Cat C9 engine. I mean, as far as
I mean, look how you can get up here and
it's
get to
easy
it.
to maintain as far as your kind of emissions issues.
It is
Like
easy.
that right here, close to you.
373 horsepower.
Right here, close.
So is it? It just seems like a lot of moving parts,
It is.
but it's super neat.
Jump into the engine compartment, operator's owner's manual, box. We also have an electronic copy on the screen, so it's always with the machine. You know that you can go to a PDF file on that screen and pull up the whole parts list, everything on it.
Wow. Nice.
We offer, we take all these stickers here, basically pages out of the manual. You know, there's going to be maintenance chart and everything. That's this detail right here. Everything else just quick startup, stuff like that.
Does anyone ever put an auto loop?
Regular crusher setup, and then 2 inactive. We call them inactive or dummy bars. You do still run a bar, but it only sticks about a ½ inch above the rotor. With the 2-bar active setup, it just allows that material to fall in that active zone quicker so that you maximize your production.
And it won't always happen, but a 3-bar setup, you can see videos of material just dancing off the top of the blood bars. It's never making it in the trough, and that wider trough we create helps start breaking material inside.
So a 4-bar setup, a lot of guys think more bars, faster crushing. It's not the case. A 4-bar setup it works, but in certain applications. If you're doing a recrush or something like that, but if you have any kind of slabby material or anything, I'd recommend a 2-bar setup. Product, because they don't want to buy product. If you notice, see that little ear on the top of the crusher? That, I call that like a dog ear. And if you pull that bolt out, you can flip those dog ears up, one on each side. You can raise that lid all the way up. You can also notice the slot in it. It's got about a 6-inch travel slot. While you're crushing, if you end up getting a jam in the feeder, you don't have to shut it down. You hit a button on the remote, pop the lid up, and allow that jam to clear.
You know, people think 6 inches, wow, what does that do? It's amazing. 6 inches can cause that jam up just to shake just enough and move. You may have to hit it once or twice, but it'll make that product start moving. The only drawback is that on the other end, momentarily you're going to have just a little bit bigger product because you've moved your aprons and curtains up there.
It has all of our information in there.
Okay.
Listed all the total pressures in there, our brambles, our motors, filters.
But basically, you're going to have the crusher lid raise and lower. You have move mode,
Rotate
tracks forward and reverse,
attachments that you see here.
feeder on and off, feeder faster, slower, or higher or low speed for the tracks.
Right now we are demoing our BF 120.4 crusher bucket, one of 12 different sizes that we offer in our crusher bucket. And the products are...
All right, guys. So we are here. I'm in the SMI booth, and I hope y'all enjoy all the crushing and screening. I think this is going to be really awesome for Taylor Construction Equipment. And here's the deal about something this big, this expensive. You know, you may not have 20 customers that need something like this, but especially on these big ones at the price point, if you just got a half a dozen. The small stuff, I think, is definitely something we're going to be able to sell to golf courses and stuff like that. But anyway, I'm gonna try to cut these videos down, end them a little bit. So I feel better, got my feet under me. My voice is a lot better from what y'all saw this morning. So we're gonna move on. Gonna end this video today. Appreciate all of you watching. Thanks for the support of the channel. God bless and Jesus saves. And we'll see y'all tomorrow with some more video from the Con-Expo 2023, Taylor Construction.